You're listening to the Pepper and Me podcast, Around the Dinner Table with Cherie, Cam and Lorne, where we chat all things food and business. Welcome back to Around the Dinner Table. I'm here today with Lorne, my co-host of my podcast, and we've got another special guest on today. I've got Lisa Rooney here, and she's from Blabla Events, and I've been trying to write you a bio, but you do so many things and wear so many hats. It's really hard to kind of put that together, but I actually stalked your LinkedIn to get a bit of an overview.
Do you even know what LinkedIn is?
Well, I've heard of it. I didn't really know what people say you should get a LinkedIn.
You should, really.
Sometimes I stalk like guys on there because you can see their information, and
yeah, okay.
because you can't see if they're private Facebook or whatever. Someone's like, stalk their LinkedIn. That's like, you know, a much more better way to.
Yeah, but if you pay for LinkedIn, they can see that you're stalking
Yeah,
them.
I was told that the other week.
Whoops.
Yeah, sorry, there's people out there probably think I'm a psycho. Just like
Cherie has
checking up
viewed
on
your
them.
page 73 times in the last week.
Once a month, just check what Joe from Auckland's up to on LinkedIn.
Anyway, Lisa.
Anyway, Lisa's got a really good LinkedIn.
To be fair, I only got it about like 3 months ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Took me a while to learn it.
There's still time for me. It was great, I think. So your brand strategy is word of mouth, making unlikely people, places, organisations and charities the talk of the dinner table. Is that...
Yeah, I would
That's
say
what
so.
it says anyway.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I thought that was great.
It's quite cool.
Yeah. Well, I actually think my partner wrote that. So.
Just claim it.
Yeah, it's so basically I do wear many hats. Blabla Events itself would probably be a mixture of my own events, contractual events management, and social media marketing.
Yeah.
I do dabble in a lot of different things because of my background in hospitality as well. But mainly, it used to be my side hustle when I first got to New Zealand. I don't know if anyone knows this, but if you're on a work and holiday visa, you actually you can't get any work in anything that isn't hospitality when you first arrive. Even though I'd just been and got an honours degree in university, but they wouldn't look past that.
No, you can run food and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, I after a few years, actually my very first job was at the Santa Set in Bayfair as the head elf. Yeah, that was the very
When
beginning.
was
gonna be
that? When did you
peak
come
work.
to New Zealand?
This will be my 9th year in October.
Yeah.
And my luggage was lost in Thailand. So when I got here, I had $300 and I think my camera. That was it. Yeah, basically. And I just moved house and it took about like 12,000 carloads. So it just shows you how much I've accrued in that much time. But yeah, so after a few years, I actually did my first event. It was a charity event for suicide. And it was suicide awareness at the Pete's Library. Old friends of mine used to own it there. And that's how I met my boss, because I approached a few my old boss, sorry. I approached a few businesses for sponsorship, and then I got a call offering me a job as a bar manager at Rising Tide. It had just been converted from Brewer's Bar at the time. So after a few phone calls, I accepted, and 6 years later, I kind of took the reins on that one. I had very good bosses who gave me a lot of freedom to do what I wanted and a lot of events. So after that, Our Place Tauranga was born, and I worked with Rochelle and the Little Big Events team on that and did a lot of events there.
Yeah.
And Blabla Events was my side hustle, and then took the leap of faith last April, and it's now my main hustle.
Yeah. Cool. So you left the Rising Tide to do the blah blah.
Well, yeah, I took 2 months in Europe first. So yeah, no, I basically contractual event management to a few places. So March was pretty hectic. Did First Weed Festival, Tauranga Moana Prides, and Rotorua Lakeside Concert. I did a Woman on Top and 2 Flavors of Plenty events. in
Yeah,
March.
you had a massive. I had a busy month, and then I kept seeing like everywhere I look, you're popping up.
Well, my mum was also visiting, and I had to move house. So that was the
insane.
most crazy month I've
Yeah.
had. I learned a lot of lessons in that
I'm
month.
done with March, I think.
Yeah,
Next year
yeah,
I've
big
just
same.
Stop. Yeah, it's too much. So I guess I first met you through the Woman on Top event.
Yeah.
That I did. Maybe it took a while too, because I was supposed to speak at one of the Women on Top, and then it was moved because of COVID,
Yeah.
and then I couldn't do the next one, or so there was probably like, lots of up and down. But the Woman on Top event, tell us a bit about it.
I came up with the idea where I come up with all my great ideas for some reason when I'm drying my hair. I don't know why.
Stimulating your brain.
Yeah. So basically, I've been wanting to do a speakers event for a while. And whenever I was at University in Manchester, I did a lot of charity events there. And I wanted something that did implement having a cause and among it. So we came up, when I say we, I always say we, but it is just me. Some people think I've got like this huge company. I really don't. I actually, my very first guest that I asked was Viv Conway.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she had just started Girls Get Off at the time. Then it was Rach Tanny and Alice Rill, who she's a female winemaker in Hawke's Bay. So I brought these guys together. I was super nervous about it, and that's when it was born, really.
And it was massive, wasn't it? Because it was at our place. I remember
Yeah, it was at our place. The first
saying, she's like, I didn't know. Lisa just asked me to come and tell my story, and she's like, there was 120 people there.
I think it was actually 170 or so at that one.
She said it was massive.
Yeah.
And she said it was just great atmosphere and environment. So that was the first one. Cool.
Yeah. Since then, we've done probably about 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And we just did one in Queenstown in November.
Yeah, awesome.
That one was pretty lit because it was on a Friday night. And obviously with Joe from Girls Get Off doing some sausage game.
I can imagine that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. So they run across the dairy across the street and get some cheap sausages for it.
Oh, how good.
Yeah, but our kaupapa for that is we really try to focus on women who, not that there's a problem with big shot women's events. Not everyone can afford them. So we try and focus on affordable events which can bring people of all walks of life. And I say people because even though it celebrates women, it brings everybody into it. Yeah, so we just try and speak to real people, survivors, people who have success stories, people who probably don't know that they have much of an influence in the community.
It was quite interesting, the one that I spoke at, because it was a fundraiser. We were fundraising for the refuge that night.
Women's Refuge.
And there was a lot of survivor stories. And then I was like, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to get out there and talk about making spices after that? Like, it just doesn't even. But I think you wanted me last to lift the mood, really, like to lighten the ending. Or?
Yeah, definitely. And also, I think you've got to give yourself credit, like you're self-made as well.
Yeah, I
and
know.
You have like little kids, and you have to be able to. Other women need to hear that they can do stuff like that and juggle everything.
Yeah, I just told jokes about getting divorced the whole time.
I think a lot of people related to that.
Everyone enjoyed it. Yeah. Everyone's like, that was a really nice note to finish on. So it was cool, though. I think it's a really great event where people, come together, have a glass of wine and listen to cool stories and
a few glasses of wine.
Yeah. Nice evening out.
Yeah, we're planning. We're actually working on the next one for Hawke's Bay, and that is in at the end of June. We're just securing a venue with the new place, Brother. We're just sorting out a date with them at the moment.
Yeah, awesome, cool. Well, that's going to be awesome. Hawke's Bay folks, jump on that.
Yeah, you should come down.
Yeah, Hawke's Bay. Yeah, I could be tempted now. I always just saw it as being a million miles away. And it's like, I was just like, oh, Hawke's Bay, that's like too far to drive. But it's all right if you stay there for long enough, it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You just got back from Hawke's Bay, didn't you?
Yeah, last week. We went for a girls' weekend for my birthday.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
And what was your favourite meal there?
Ooh. Well, there's a little place there called Deliciosa.
Yeah.
It's in Havelock North, and they do pretty good food, but
I hadn't heard of that one. I didn't hear of it.
It's just next to Hawthorne Coffee.
Okay.
Something. It was a friend of mine that actually brought me there. It's not usually the first one on the radar.
Yeah.
That was great. But I always rate Pepe Cafe. Have you heard of it? Yeah.
We went straight there. As soon as we got into Hawke's Bay, we went straight there.
Yeah, that's great. And I actually had Alexandra at, she is the owner, and she spoke at I did a small event in Smith and Chef there once. Cool. Yeah, and she's got the most incredible story.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, Hawke's Bay food is just, it's hard to not like any of it.
Yeah, it was great. I found the brunch scene a little bit lacking besides
Yeah.
brother, but we didn't really stray far from Havelock, so
Yeah, saw you at the Irish pub.
we spent a lot of time at the Irish pub.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Pretty good, though.
Favorite at the Irish pub. Yeah, but brother was incredible. Did you go to 495 Wines?
Yes, we did. A friend of mine actually, we were going to go to Smith and Chef, and last minute she was like, "You need to go to 495." And the building is so beautiful.
It's just incredible.
I never knew he was a master of wine.
Yes, that's why it's called 495. He's the 495th master of wine in the world.
Wine is my biggest hobby.
Yeah. I was going to ask you where that came from. What's your have you got a background?
I mean, I progressed in life because I started off on like £4, which is the equivalent of what, $8 Lambrini.
Yeah.
When I was younger.
What we used to call it? Yeah, we used to drink like a very, very cheap fizzy wine, Chardon.
Sounds like
Chardon.
it's Chardon.
Something. Yeah, and it was an $8 nice little.
It sounds pretty
sparkling.
It sounds like pretty similar. I don't know. I think it's just been, when I say I've been in the hospitality industry a long time, I am really crap at customer service. I've never been good at the front of house stuff. It's always been the background. And I guess I just have had the privilege of meeting a lot of winemakers around New Zealand because of my previous job, and I still continue to do menus as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I keep like your name keeps popping up
everywhere.
Everywhere. It's great. So some of your other events that you do, the book swap. What's the book swap called?
Blabla's Secret Society.
Yeah, the Secret Society. I went to one, and to be honest, it was Lex's Burgers. So someone's "Oh, come to the book swap. It's Lex's Burgers." I was like, "Yes, I will go anywhere that a Lex's Burger will be. I will go." But there was a couple of the authors that spoke at the event, and they were hilarious.
Yeah, the book writers. Yeah, they were awesome.
They'd written some novels, and they gave us each a book, and we took a book wrapped up and swapped it for a random book. Oh, it was just a great night. Like,
that one sold out actually in 24 hours, so we had to do a second.
So I've not been drinking this month. I'm on day like 18 or something, not that I'm counting. And it's kind of event. I keep saying, I'm like, I actually need a hobby because I've got nothing to do. Like my entire life is eating and drinking.
Other than running a very successful business.
Oh, yeah, but I can't do that all day. God, that's only 2 hours a day. And it's events like that I don't know, just really like, are just great, and you don't need to drink it.
Yeah.
You know, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed listening to the authors, and it was great. Yeah, great burgers.
We actually focus on doing those mainly in low season, like winter, when people don't have anything else to do.
Yes.
And people thrive off it, yeah.
And then you do the glad rags, I
haven't done that in a while, actually.
clothing swap events.
Yeah, I've got to meet with Rochelle to do that with Little Big Market Sit.
Yes,
so.
perfect. And you did the Pride. So Lisa was the one who roped me in to judge the dog show at the Pride Festival.
I don't think you guys got much time on the mic.
That was a stitch up for you, wasn't it?
Well, no, I just probably didn't tell Lisa that I don't really like dogs.
You just told me you wanted a miniature Dachshund.
Yeah, but not because it's a dog.
It's literally the only dog that I like. Yeah, when he asked me, he's like, "What are you looking for in the dog today?" I said, "A sausage dog." And he told me that was discrimination on the stage at the Pride Festival. It didn't go down well.
He was hilarious.
He was great. Yeah, no, it was cool.
Well, it's probably better to get someone who doesn't like dogs that much, even though I am judging you about that. It's probably better to get someone who doesn't, so you can.
Yeah, I was like the Simon Cowell. I was the Simon Cowell of the dog judging.
There are some people just dragging their dogs like down that lane.
Yeah, it was quite. It was just a very different scene for me to be in. But when I just say yes to everything, and then see what happens. And it sort of takes me very interesting places at the moment. Well, yeah, cool. I think Is there what are your other passions besides? I guess you've got lots. Yeah, wine. A lot of your events seem to be quite charity focused. You help a lot of people.
I definitely think that's important to include in it, especially if you're bringing a bunch of very strong women together. You should use that opportunity to, especially something like Women's Refuge. And then just recently, on the last one, we did Middlemore Foundation, which was the Burns Unit.
Oh, yeah.
And that was because we had Kelsey Waghorn speak, and she was a survivor of Picari.
That would have been incredible to listen to her. She must have been absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I mean, she was. Hasn't done a lot of public speaking. I mean, other than the global top 10 Netflix documentary that came out at Christmas.
Yeah.
So she, I think it was a really hot night as well. So, I mean, I think she thought she was super nervous, but I think she was overheating. So she was fine when she was on stage.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing quite a few podcasts and stuff now that she's starting to open up. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
We had some really powerful speakers that night.
Yeah. Amazing.
And poor Kelsey was like you, she had to go on last. Probably had like 4 wines before going on stage.
I was well behaved when I did mine. Oh, cool. Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to sort of tell us about what's your background? It's a hospitality, really. Or did you just say you have a diploma in something else? A degree in something
No,
else?
I've got an honours degree in media and PR.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So it is all relevant.
Yeah, so and that's what I during uni I did events as well. I mean, hospitality is my background because I had no choice when I got to New Zealand.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I started doing events when I was about 7. I made this little events company called The Enterprise in my backyard.
Goodness, yes.
And
you sell tickets to your parents. And...
no, actually, the
Oh.
kids on the street.
Oh, nice.
So I would do like talent shows, and I even had this museum of fossils. Even though it was just like stones and shells off the beach
so
with
good.
like shells
So
stuck
good.
to them. I mean, it sounds like a scam because they all paid me for it, but I mean, they had nothing better to do.
Oh, that's great. It's
Yeah.
an amazing.
Enterprising.
It's like me making like witch's brew, baking in the mud pit like every day. It was like my favorite thing to do. Always trying to cook something.
So yeah, that's what you were
Palm it off.
destined to do.
Yeah, and then I used to
Yeah.
come home after school while Mum was at work till like 5 o'clock and just bring all my friends and I just cook for them, just all the food in the house, just whatever.
I wish I had you as a friend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Better than my fossil collection.
Like scrambled eggs in the microwave. I remember I'd like nailed scrambled eggs in the microwave
You
when I
know,
was
microwave
younger.
brownie as well, which like I thought about the other night.
Microwave
That
brownie.
microwave brownie recipe.
Oh yes.
It was just.
Don't know how I feel about scrambled eggs in the microwave.
No, but when
It makes
when
them
you're
real
like
fluffy,
9,
doesn't it?
Yeah, my mum used to do
well,
it.
you just overcook the absolute
Yeah.
crap out of them, and then half of it the water comes out. But
Yes.
I've taught Pepper's just 7, and she can make scrambled eggs start to finish, scrambled eggs on toast
Wow.
in the pan without any help.
That's
So
epic.
she does it on the weekends.
Nice.
Does she make you breakfast in bed?
Yeah, she wanted
Oh,
to.
cool.
Yeah, I actually got up because I was like panicking a bit. I was like, and I heard her ask Kit 3 times, Kit, do you want any scrambled eggs? He's like, no. Kit, are you sure you don't want any? Yeah, no. And then she's plating up 2 beautiful plates, and he's like,
I want some.
oh, I want some. And she's
Snooze you
so good. She goes and takes half of the eggs off each plate and puts them onto a new plate. And he comes in and he's like, starts crying. Oh, I wanted lots. I wanted lots of eggs.
He's like
Oh.
the cutest kid I've ever seen.
Polar opposites, yes. It's very hard work. Child. He will be
He'll be a
destined
handful.
for great things or jail. Who
He's
knows?
picky, right? Isn't he
Yes,
quite
is.
picky about his
He is.
food?
He's just quite intense, I think, about everything. Yeah, picky. Yeah, food. He
Yeah.
will eat almost nothing. But then I speak to Shannon, and Shannon's like, right, Kit's now eating carrots, tomatoes, broccoli, cauliflower. And I'm like, he won't eat that at my house. Like, absolutely will not eat that at my house.
He knows he's spoiled.
Yeah.
for you.
I don't know what it is. It's not like he gets anything else for dinner. So
You literally just won't eat anything.
nah, he just
Whatever.
does not care. And then he'll have like 7 wheat bix for breakfast the next day.
Yep.
So yeah, no, he doesn't care. Big personalities.
He's
Yes. Anyway, okay. Well, should we get onto our normal setup? What is it first? On the plate. So on the plate, we just talk about what's the best or worst meal you've eaten or cooked this week or lately. Do you want to do yours first, Lorne?
Yeah, I mean, after last week's podcast, we were talking about a few things, and so I think I need to change my segment to you talk about stuff this week and I cook it, because last week on the podcast we talked about burgers,
Yes.
and 2 days after that podcast I went and made chicken burgers.
Yes. Oh, the
And
fried
we-
chicken burger.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah, and we also talked about Chinese takeaway buffets.
Oh, did you have one?
Yep.
And did you squish it all your food
Yep,
in? Did
yep,
you shove it
yep,
all down
I
into one
sure
big
did.
mush?
Yep. And it was all mixed together, and it was glorious. And I probably won't go back there for 6 months, but now that I know where one is that is close to my house,
Did
I'm
you like
happy.
it all squished together?
Yep, it was great.
Okay.
It was great. You know, and you like squish the spring rolls in. It was one of those things that, like, as soon as we mentioned it or you mentioned it on the podcast, it just like stuck with me.
Okay.
And then,
you wanted to go and squish your food in a container.
Yep.
Well, I actually, funnily enough, because we did the podcast on Friday last week, and it's Thursday today.
Yeah.
I've actually been cooking, and I was like, oh, this is the first week I've not been out somewhere to eat
Right,
in a
right.
6-day period.
Yep.
And then I realised how probably quite bad that is that I go out, dine out at least.
So much.
It makes me feel better about myself, though.
Yeah, but I
We have this
just love
discussion
it.
every week.
Yeah, but I have been cooking this entire week.
Nice.
And I have been on top of my game.
Yeah.
Yes, if I do say so myself.
At work cooking or at home cooking as well?
Probably both, because we had a Mexican dinner party at
I saw that.
my
Yep.
friends on Tuesday, Anzac Day, and we wanted to do a Mexican feast. I've been wanting to make the beef birria tacos.
Yes.
So you do pulled beef and you make the in the stock,
sort of
and then
stock
you
thing,
dip
yeah.
the tortilla in the stock, and then fry the tortilla, wet tortilla, and then melt the mozzarella, and then put the pulled beef in the tortilla, and then you you like strain the broth. You add coriander, lime juice, tomato, and onion, and then you dip your cheesy
Yep.
pulled beef tortilla in the broth. So we did that, and then but I made queso to start with, so we had like this 3 liters of
Cheesy dip.
cheese dip, and everyone ate that, and we were so full.
So good, but it's so bad.
so
for you,
good.
eh?
Yes, it definitely is so bad for you. It's not good. If you put salsa, fresh salsa on top, it makes it a lot lighter.
Right.
Yeah, it was great though. So I cooked that. I made this really nice beef curry the other day.
It was actually delicious.
I know, and everyone's like, "What did you put on?" I was like, I had 1 kilo of diced beef that I needed to use up urgently because it was just sort of
Sitting in
starting
the
to smell, and I
fridge,
knew that I wasn't. It was on Friday, I think. So I
Yeah.
was like, I need to cook this right now because I'm not coming back to work. So I chucked the diced beef in a pot with a diced onion, tandoori paste, gone to Bombay seasoning, 1 tin of tomatoes, and like a liter of stock. And then I wanted to put chilies in it because I was like, oh, that needs some flavour. So I poured half a jar of pickled chilies in it.
Were they like pickled chilies that you'd made, or like?
No, they're just pickled like you buy. I
random
quite
jar.
like buying a jar of the whole
Right.
pickled chilies.
Yeah.
I quite like eating them. You could probably use jalapenos or something. It's the same thing, but they're just whole chilies. And then I put it in the oven, left it alone for 4 hours, pulled it out, and then just took it home. And
I reckon it must have been because you left it for like the weekend.
Maybe.
And brought it in on the Monday. 'Cause
so
it was
we had
delicious,
some on
and it
Friday
was so
night though.
tender.
And
Oh,
I was
okay,
like,
and it was still
oh
good?
my gosh, that curry is incredible.
Pickled
Didn't even
chilies.
cook rice. We just had it with when I went to Edinburgh last week, they gave me a loaf of sourdough to take home.
Okay.
So I had this beautiful fresh sourdough and this curry, and then I bring the rest in on Monday. Yeah, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, that's like the best curry I've ever tasted." So simple, so good. And then I remembered I did actually go out for brunch twice the last week.
Where did you go?
Haven't
Well, I
been
went-
out at all.
I
I've been
went-
cooking.
I know. I was like, who am I? But don't worry, I've actually been out twice. I went to Elizabeth Street because they've just
yeah.
brought out their new menu, and they use our sesh oil, and they do a chili scramble. And the last one was like on a leek thing. I don't know. It was good, but wasn't like mind blowing. This one, the chili scramble is on a whipped feta with a capsicum jam on the sourdough, and it is sensational. It's probably exactly what I was going to do if what I would do if I could have a menu with a chili scramble on it. I think the chili scrambled eggs and whipped feta with sourdough is like the perfect combo. So new dishes at Elizabeth Street. They've also got a Turkish eggs, which is very, very, very good. New Turkish eggs. And there's a keto waffle, which I didn't try, but I might try that next time I go there because it looked very, very good. And then we went to go to Picnica for brunch on Tuesday morning, but they only do brunch on the weekends, and I thought it was a weekend because it felt like a weekend because I wasn't at work. But then they only had lunch menu, and then I instantly wasn't hungry. I was like, I kind of just want eggs. I don't.
Oh, was that on Anzac Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went on Tuesday evening.
Oh,
for
did you?
They have a new $29 steak and chips night.
Ah.
Yeah.
They're doing a Sunday roast too, which sounded quite appealing.
Yeah, for 3 adults for $119.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really good value,
That's
eh?
good.
Yeah, 3 adults or 2 adults and 2 kids.
kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
like
it's
a
like
family
it's a whole
roast.
lamb shoulder and sides, eh? So that's at Picnica. I haven't. Yeah.
That's really clever.
It's actually a brilliant idea for winter to get people out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've missed roasts. Like they don't do
Yes,
them
I
very much
know.
here, whereas like it's a staple in Ireland. Yeah.
You don't see it anywhere
No.
except the Irish pub, eh?
Unless,
Sunday roast.
well, I mean, I don't really go to the Irish pubs here, but Crown and Badger have a pretty nice roast whenever
yeah?
they're open. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't either, but that's really good to see that. I wasn't sure how it worked. The only post I'd seen was on Instagram, so I
Yeah.
didn't know how many people it was for. Or
I messaged them.
Got all the details.
Don't
Straight
worry,
away.
we'll advertise it. $119 roast for your family at Picnica in town. We just had a fish slider and some crispy chicken, and the kids had hot dogs, and we ordered the kids mac and cheese, and it was great. It was
good?
It was actually great. Yeah. And Pepper's like, I didn't order mac and cheese. We're like, shh, we're having it.
It's not for you.
Yeah, it was good. Nice, great location. Picnica is the most stunning, beautiful restaurant inside.
Yeah.
isn't
Oh
it?
my god,
So
it's like
good.
something you would see in Auckland or Melbourne.
It is. Yeah. Incredible. So yeah, okay, that's what's been on my plate. What about you?
Ooh, good. Is this the
You can
good
do
stuff?
either.
Anything.
So I'll give you one casual and I'll give you one fancy smancy. So we went, it wasn't this week, but it was very recently. We went to the chef's, it's called the chef's table or chef's menu at Solera.
Oh, yes.
Have you tried it yet?
No, I don't think I have.
They do it every night. I know they've upgraded it to $120 chef's menu, which only is at 7 p.m. on weekends, and you have to you get seated on the actual chef's
On the
bar.
pass, yeah.
But they have got one for $85, which is every night. Honestly, it just blew us away.
Really?
It's 5 courses, and we obviously sat on the chef's bar, so we spoke to the chefs. They tell you you see them making it. And there's just this one. I think they used it on the Flavors of Plenty battle, not the Battle of the Snack, but it was one of the events they did there.
Yeah.
And they've got a kingfish, a little small kingfish dish, and it's got chicken skin on it.
Oh, like a crispy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't eat chicken skin usually. I usually like peel it off the
Really?
chicken. Yeah, unless it's super crispy.
Super
I don't like
yeah.
fatty stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
You could literally just have a whole bag of the chicken skin. And their curry leaves, I could just eat a whole bag of those as well.
Wow.
But
Was
yeah,
it raw
it's-
kingfish?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With a crispy chicken skin.
Yeah,
on top.
and it's the way they played it is
Yeah.
just exceptional
Oh,
as well.
that sounds great.
Definitely, it's so the value for money there is amazing.
Okay.
And then I mean, my favorite food ever is Italian, and it's hard to please me with pizza, but we got Avenue Pizza a few nights ago, the one over in Tauranga side where
In
Lloyd's
town,
Deli is.
yes,
Yeah, hands down best pizza I've had in New Zealand.
Really?
Yeah, so good. Have you tried it?
I have when you used to be at the bowling alley. I'd
Yeah,
had
yeah,
some.
yeah. It's a little bit different now. Yeah, but it was. I mean, we just had a Netflix, got some Netflix pizza and chips night, and
'Cause
some
they
red
do-
wine.
Good.
Avenue is at Readers, but they do the square pizzas there.
Yeah,
it's
but they
very
don't
different.
taste the same at all.
Yeah, different pizza.
The Avenue over at Lloyd's Deli is more. It definitely. I think it might be wood fired.
Yes.
And if you go inside, it's got this old 1970s New York diner. Not even
Yes.
a diner, just like a pizza place feel. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're trying to get a liquor license at the moment. So it'd be such a cool place to go and have a beer and
Yeah, cool.
have some pizza slices. But
Yes.
Meaning to
that
go
was
there and try
incredible.
The deli as well. Haley keeps asking me about it.
Lloyd's Deli.
Yeah, but there was.
I
you
got a
went
sandwich the
yeah,
other week.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I got a sandwich, took it away. I don't know. It didn't like blow my mind, but I think I don't know. Maybe it was just too hyped up.
What one did you get?
I got a Reuben and a chicken,
Oh yeah, I've had the Reuben.
and I think the Reuben should have been on the focaccia rather than the sourdough.
Yeah.
And I think that might I'm just being picky. I don't know. I just expected more. Maybe because
Yeah.
it was $20 for a sandwich.
You know where you should try actually. We I should have said this first. On Friday we went to Ruby's, which is the new place. Have you
so-
tried it?
No, I haven't. But Ruby's has just gone in at the Island.
Yeah.
So the Island is a great pub.
Oh. I did see this on Instagram.
They do
yeah.
pizza that I go on about how good the calamari is there.
Yes.
And now they have like a little bar off to the side, and it's usually the adults only bar. Isn't
Yeah.
it? And they've turned that into Ruby's, which I guess is a sister to Reader's, which is in town, kind of.
Yeah, it sounds a bit like that. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've put the taco place in there, haven't
Tacos
they?
Takayo.
Yeah.
And I did an event a few weeks ago for Flavors of Plenty called Food for Thought. And it was speaking to immigrants in the industry who have helped shape our food and beverage industry here. And Rodo and Dulce, who are the owners of Tacos Takayo, they're from Tijuana. And their food is so authentic, so good. I was actually there the same time as Sarah Rooney she's the captain of the Black Ferns.
Oh, you see
Yeah.
that.
And
And
she
Brody
had-
Kane. It was Brody
Yeah,
Kane.
Brody Kane was running around the mount.
Ah.
She was like running past me, no idea who I was. And I was like, hi.
I'm a big fan of Brody Kane.
I love her. Yeah.
Massive fan.
But yeah, they've got a corn, some kind of corn queso. It's got a bunch of cheese on top. It's probably the best corn I've ever had in my life.
Okay, right. I will actually go there this
yeah.
weekend because I'm moving
it.
to Papamoa, and I'm going
you?
to. I am.
Oh, well, you live here at the moment in Torrico?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I work here also, so I'm just moving 45 minutes
Yeah,
away.
by the beach
Yeah.
for your sausage dog.
For my, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Okay, cool. Well, I'll make sure that's on my list. You know what the thing? I was hesitant about that place because it's so authentic, and I don't know. Sometimes it's not that enjoyable to eat super authentic Mexican.
You're like a Kiwi authentic.
I quite like it. You know, we're just so accustomed to a Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
And if it's like a corn, I prefer a flour tortilla over corn tortilla. I guess.
Yeah.
And then if
Same,
it's too
actually.
hard, the corn tortilla, if it's like hard and dry, and then you're having like some tongue or cactus or I
do
don't know,
have
it's
cactus.
just too out the gate. I'm like, give me a pulled beef and mozzarella taco.
They have that
any
as
day.
well. They do cactus.
Yeah.
I tried it. I wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
My partner loved it, but I wasn't a fan of the cactus. But it's just because I'm not used to it.
Yeah, that's probably just not used to it being
Yeah.
authentic.
They do one dish though where it's like baked and it's basically just pure cheese with mince or something. You get the tortillas on the side.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Sort of
very
like a dip
naughty,
thing.
but it's
Yep.
really good.
Okay. Well, that sounds great.
Give it a go. Give it a
Yeah,
go, and then
I'm
you
I'm
can decide
definitely
next
going
week.
to give it a go. That was my
Yeah.
like. Oh, that's interesting. I
I'm not really a big fan of Mexican food. I never have. Like my partner's crazy about it, but I've got it like this war with cumin. I know that's real controversial.
Really?
Yeah. Do
Fun.
not
It's
like
a funny thing not to like.
Everyone has one herb they don't like, right?
Oh, I don't. I don't think.
My mom hates oregano. I love it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
I don't
love
know if you've heard,
oregano.
but I don't like the aniseedy licoricey taste.
Do you
of
not
it.
like
Not a-
fennel?
That'll
You
be
do
fennel.
like fennel.
Oh, I
though.
don't like that either.
Not
Do
like.
you not? Oh my god, fennel is my favorite
Yep.
spice. Absolutely love fennel. I'll be putting it in everything like pork and fennel sausage pasta,
I
pork and
don't-
fennel
yeah.
sausage rolls. Oh,
If it's in something like that,
Yeah.
that's fine.
you like
but
it?
it's-
Yeah, it is a strong.
It's strong. And I
flavour.
don't like licorice.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the island.
Okay.
Like, I'm definitely gonna have to go there and try that now because I reckon any food is instantly 10 times better when it's a place like that where you can just let your kids free roam.
Yeah. Can you take kids on that side though, or can you get the
cares?
tacos
Leave
on
them on the
island?
other side.
I don't think so. You can leave them. You can leave them in the little
Leave them
kiddie
on the
play
other
area.
side.
Yeah, and then
you.
but could we take the tacos onto the other side?
Probably.
Yeah, we'll
I'm not
figure
sure.
it out.
You can
Okay.
stalk. There are a
We'll
lot of
make it
black
happen.
ferns go there, so you can just stalk them.
Okay, perfect. Excellent.
All right,
Cool.
nice.
All right, yeah, we'll be there at some point over the weekend. Looking forward to that. Okay, cool. Food trend. So sometimes we just talk about usually a food trend that we've seen that we like love or hate, usually on TikTok. Have you got one this week?
Oh, I did have one, but now I can't remember it. I should have written it down.
Did you have one?
I mean, I'm not cool enough for TikTok yet.
Aren't you? Oh, you're gonna have to get on.
I know. I really should, but I part of my many hats is I run 10 social media accounts.
Yeah, so you're fully
For other
in there.
businesses, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my phone just doesn't even have. I don't even use it personally much anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not really a TikTok trend, but I've got a thing, also controversial. I've got a thing about Asian fusion. Like, I like some Asian fusion restaurants, but I think it's getting a bit much. And especially if a pub makes Asian fusion and it comes out and you're just like, this is not really Asian fusion.
Yes,
it's just
that's
some
fair.
mint and fish sauce.
Yeah.
But especially because there are so many hidden gems, especially around every city and in
authentic.
Tauranga. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been to Chinese 88?
I have heard about it. No, I have not.
You need to get out more in Tauranga. Like
I
there's
do.
so many
I do.
places.
Well, I'm actually away so much that I don't. And then when I'm here, I'm trying to. I hadn't been to Picnica for like a year, so that was good to go back there. Yeah, okay.
You have to. It was actually Josh from Barrio Brothers that told us about it originally.
Okay.
It's on Cameron Road, pretty near the hospital. I mean, you wouldn't never think to go there, but it is fully booked every single
Really?
night.
Chinese
every
88?
night. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And you go in, like the staff are amazing.
There's no packed up takeaway containers, is there, of jam packed?
No, but you go in and they've got those Chinese custard buns and stuff at the front. And then you can see the meat hanging
Yes.
at the front. It's real super hygienic, and the staff are amazing. It's BYO, so you can bring your own
perfect.
wine as well.
Okay.
And they have got those big round tables that move. And you can sit with all your friends, and
okay.
the portions are huge.
Okay.
Singapore noodles are the best I've ever had.
Okay, amazing. I'm always looking for good places like that. You need a recommendation though. I love that dumpling delight.
Oh, that's
It's just up from Nectar, I think, or in
Oh,
one of
yeah,
those
on 8th
streets.
Street.
It's very
Yeah.
low key. It looks kind of like a dairy. It's called
Yeah.
Dumpling
I've not
Delight with
tried
a
it.
Red sign. Best dumplings, and the beef brisket noodle soup, spicy brisket noodle soup, is so good
yum.
and also very cheap. Yeah, love it. Speaking of Asian fusion, I saw something on Instagram last week, and it's called Broke Boy Taco, and they're doing the birria, so the broth with the it looks outrageous, but they're doing a birria ramen. So it's like a Mexican
Oh.
Chinese smash, and you use the pulled beef
Yep.
stock in the
And
ramen
noodles.
noodles.
Cook the noodles.
But it's kind of
It would work.
It's kind of genius. They look incredible.
That'd be delicious.
And where are they based?
In Auckland. I think they've just done a pop-up at Ponsonby Social Club. And the ramen, they have their own broke boy ramen pots, and then the birria tacos, and you dip and then you eat the noodles. It actually looks insane. I was like, oh, that's so controversial, but I kind of like rate it.
It's more like a collab than Asian fusion, isn't it? Which is probably better. Like a Mexican Asian collab.
Fusion, yeah. I don't know.
It's so clever though, because like, what do you do with the broth, after every single person's
it's actually
double dipped all their tacos
and
into
the flavours are quite similar. You're using like a beautiful beef stock. You've got chili, coriander, you've got onion, you've got, like those flavours
would be very similar.
Theoretically work so well together. But never would have thought to do that.
And I guess Chinese five spice kind of flavours.
Well, it's chili. The birria is a lot of like the Mexican chili, those dried chilies. But I mean, it's just a different type of chili, isn't it, that you'd have in ramen?
So good.
Yes, it looks incredible. We need to go there. We need to go there. My food trend. It's not really a food trend, but it is a trend. It's just so much of a trend that it's its own category of the internet. Mukbang.
Oh.
So because I love watching food on TikTok and Facebook, now it's coming up with people eating food.
Yeah.
And I can't help but watch it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I watching this lady eat McDonald's?
Yep.
Why?
Mukbangs.
Wait, what is it?
It's when people video themselves eating. So they get their...
It's almost like ASMR kind of.
Almost always takeaway. And
I think I would like that.
And they say, I'm here and I've got a McDonald's. And they get it and then they pull out and they're like, oh, and I'm like, oh, what have you got? And they're like, I've got McNuggets. I've got a cheeseburger. And then they sit there and eat it all. I'm like, why am I watching?
We could do a mukbang. It'd just be a podcast and we'll just eat food at the same time.
Why do people watch that?
I don't
Why
know.
is it an entire category? There's as much mukbang as there is people cooking on the internet.
Probably
people,
more.
People watching people
Is
eating.
it some kind of fetish or?
I reckon maybe. Maybe. And they get a Chinese. There's people who literally just film themselves
And
eating.
it's like
It's huge.
this much food. It's not just like one or two little meals or something.
Yeah,
It
and
is
it's
full
often
on.
tastes like this guy eating sushi the other day, and he's like dip, dip, dip.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I like that.
ASMR.
And he had the big beard, but his voice was really soothing. And I was like,
Did the food catch on his beard?
it probably did at some point. Like he was like, oh, I'm having a scallop sashimi. Scallop's my favorite sashimi. Here's my little ponzu dressing.
Oh, no, not for me.
Well, I watched it. I couldn't stop watching. Why do people like watching that?
Actually, have you guys seen that there's a new movie? It was like top 10 in New Zealand called Hunger.
No.
I think it's based in Japan or somewhere. You need to watch it. And then you can talk about it next week.
All right.
Okay.
It's
Hunger.
pretty insane.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh, it's based in Thailand. It's in Thailand, yeah.
Excellent. All right. Has anyone got a food they'd like to cancel?
Cumin.
Cumin. You can't cancel cumin. That's so bold.
Cumin? No, cumin's good.
Is that your food to cancel?
I mean, everyone will probably hate me for that. I think the food that I would cancel is probably already cancelled. Like, grow up, because obviously, real old Ireland, my mum grew up in a farm. And, way, way back during famine times, obviously mum's not that old. She wasn't in the famine, but they used to have cabbage and bacon, and they would boil it. And when I was little, they used to always try and make me eat it. And I hate the smell.
Boiled
I
cabbage.
hate everything about it.
Yeah,
And
boiled
I
cabbage.
still hate that smell. Like, I'll eat sauerkraut and stuff today, but I would cancel that. I think it's probably pretty cancelled anyway. at this point. As long as it doesn't make a comeback.
It's quite amazing how like most cultures have a version of that, like cabbage, some sort of boiled cabbage sort of thing. Eh? Like I guess like a boil up.
A boil up, yeah.
But then I was watching in Poland. They do they make dumplings from cabbage, so they put the pork meat inside the cabbage leaves, roll it into a dumpling.
Oh, that'd be nice though.
Yeah, but I just find it quite fascinating how each culture has like a slightly different variation on quite similar concepts, like a ravioli or a tortellini, essentially being very similar to a dumpling, and then Japan's got gyoza dumplings, and then Chinese has got their dumplings, and then in Poland and Russia they have potato dumplings because that was what they could get at their time.
Yeah.
It's just amazing how that idea transpires across different cultures, and everyone has their own version of it.
Yeah, I think it's in my blood to like potato.
Yep.
I will try every kind of potato. But
What's your favourite kind of potato?
chips and gravy.
Yeah.
From Palace. Palace used to call me the gravy lady.
Oh my god! I just remembered I went to Palace Burger on Sunday too.
Didn't go out anywhere.
Palace Burger. Yeah, I went to Palace Burger on Sunday. I was so tired and grumpy, which I shouldn't have been because I'm not drinking.
That's probably why you're tired and grumpy.
Yeah, and we had a cheeseburger, we had loaded fries, we had jalapeno poppers, and we had the chicken wings with blue cheese sauce.
So good.
That's so good.
I don't think you can
So
beat Palace
good.
burgers.
I'm obsessed. Yeah, I probably want to go there every Sunday. It's so much food. It was great.
Well, I'm probably going to get cancelled instead of the food for saying this, but it's probably a Kiwi staple. I never knew really much about it until my partner Michaela was sick once, and she made ham hock. Is it
bacon hock
Oh,
soup.
bacon hock soup.
Yeah.
You didn't like
What?
I hated it because she I think she slow cooked it for like 12
Yeah.
hours as well, and the
that's-
Make it
smell was in
fall
the house
apart.
the whole time. It was
Oh.
making me even more nauseous.
Oh, that is definitely like a staple.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
we grew up with that.
Yep.
It's all through winter
I
ham
know.
hock soup.
She said, "Oh, if you don't mention that on the podcast, because Kiwis will hate you for it."
No, everyone. Well, I tried to cancel stuffed donuts last week. So
Oh, actually, no. I heard that podcast. You talking about the ones with the
Injection.
plastic? Nah, yeah, I think that's weird.
It's weird, eh? And it's
Yeah.
it's too much. It's too much.
I mean, why
I'm-
can't you
I'm
just?
too much,
Why
but
do you have to have a big injection thing stuck in it?
It's,
Like, you
it's
could
just,
just.
it's just
Show.
the show, isn't it? Or you're like, oh, I'm gonna put that.
Yeah, but it's
chocolate in there.
plastic in your food.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Ham hock soup. Yeah, that's actually interesting. I mean, if you hadn't grown up with it, it is kind of a weird concept to like the celery. Like everything just turns to mush.
Well,
Yeah, I just don't like the smell.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I wouldn't eat it either, but I don't like the smell.
Funny. Okay. Have you got anything to cancel?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I do either. Yeah. Nothing to cancel this week. Perfect. Cool. All right. Well, I think that's us for this week. Have you got anything up and coming, Lisa, that you wanted to share with everyone?
We'll probably bring the Blabla Secret Society back for winter.
Cool.
So any ideas? Just send me a DM.
So what is the secret side? Is it just like cool little?
We do powerful short talks,
Powerful short
as well as sometimes we get producers in to do tastings along with that, and we always do the book swap. Like
Yes.
if we don't do the book swap, people get very angry.
Oh,
So
okay. You must
yeah,
do the book
yeah,
swap.
we have to do the book swap. No
I
matter
had
what.
to do it because we had 5 tickets, and I had to run around on the Friday, like find 5 books at my house and wrap them all
Oh,
up.
that's
'cause everyone's
right.
Like, I don't have the book swap.
Did you bring one of your cookbooks? Yeah.
Funnily enough, I didn't. Did I? No, I didn't think to. I should have.
Well, I did a book swap for the one in Hawke's Bay at Smith and Chef, and Alexandra Tiley, who
Yes.
runs Pepe, has a cookbook as well.
Oh yeah.
And I saw her coming in with a book that was wrapped, and as soon as the book swap started, I just ran over and
Ring
grabbed
got
it.
Was it a cookbook?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I didn't. For some reason, that didn't even cross my mind to bring my own book. I was like going.
Oh,
through
you
my
should.
cupboards, yeah.
But yeah, that, and we've got Women on Top Hawke's Bay, and then
Cool.
we'll see what we have for the winter. But and then we have I'm working on the general taking over mod.
Yeah. I kind of mentioned that last week. I haven't been down yet, but
They haven't really transformed the menu quite yet, but as of the 18th of May,
yeah,
yeah,
perfect.
we'll get some of your products.
I
in here as
sent
well.
all my feedback in.
Good.
Big
good.
email.
I want your
I
feedback.
was a bit brutal on it too.
I'm not
'cause
doing the
like,
menu.
This is my local. I want this to be
Yeah.
the best it can be.
Yeah.
So
Well, they're going to work hard on it,
Cool.
and yeah,
Exciting.
hopefully we go there.
the general is sensational, so I have full faith.
Yeah, a friend of mine owned that originally.
Yes,
Malika.
yes,
yeah.
Malika,
yeah.
yeah.
She put a lot of work into it, and Will has continued the legacy.
He has. Yeah, he's done very well actually. Yeah. Cool. All right. So, Lorne, have you got someone to?
Yeah, as usual, this podcast is sponsored by Pepper and Me. Use the code SHREESUCKS and you get 10% off your order. And so every week we call someone up and refund the order if they've used the discount code. And so this week we will call Kylie, who purchased using the discount code. And hopefully Kylie picks up.
Yeah, we usually get an answer phone, don't we?
Yeah, the last couple have just been answer
We
phones.
got on. We've got
a
a
work day.
moving house tomorrow, so I've got a big week.
Hello, Kylie speaking.
Oh, Kylie, it's Lorne and Shree here from Pepper and Me. How are you doing?
I'm awesome, thank you.
Well, as you may
Yay,
realise, you're on the podcast and you've used the code SHREESUCKS to get yourself 10% off, and because of that, you've also won your order for free. So we're going to refund your order.
Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for
Very
listening.
excited and
Awesome.
love listening to the podcast.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Have a
Okay,
good afternoon.
see
See
Bye.
ya. Bye.
Cheers, bye.
Just like that.
Cool. All right. Thanks so much for coming on, Lisa.
Thanks
it's great
for having
to have
me.
you here. Make sure everyone's following Lisa's Instagram. It's just at Blabla Events.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go
Thank
and give
you.
her a follow, and then you can keep an eye because you're doing stuff all around the country, aren't you? So that's going to be
Hopefully.
awesome. Yeah. Cool. All right.
Cheers.
Thanks very much, guys.
Uh-oh.
What? That fell down.
That shouldn't be like that.
Thanks for listening to the Pepper and Me podcast, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're interested in any of the products that we're talking about, you'll find us at pepperandme.co.nz.